This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. My opinions are my own, and thank you to EA for sending me free codes for these two kits. Well, it's that time again. EA has released not just one, but two kits at the same time. It is pretty wild to think that we are nearly at the same amount of kits as there were stuff packs. And kits have only been around for a little bit under 2 years, so yeah, that is quite sad. But here we go again. So we got the Pastel Pop Kit, which is a collaboration with Plumbella, and it uses an Avant Basic style inspired by the 90s. And we also have the Everyday Clutter Kit, which is pretty self-explanatory, really. But it is something that has been highly requested by the community, so it is pretty cool to see that being fulfilled. We'll start off by diving into the Pastel Pop Kit, which features a double bed, a living room chair, a desk chair, a hallway table, an end table, a two-tiered desk, an end table, a couple of wall mirrors, a wall shelf, a set of 3 paintings, a set of felted flowers, a couple of rugs, a noodle candle, a salt lamp, a computer that is actually a tablet resting in an easel, a shelf, a trash can, a new floor tile, a couple of wallpapers, and a couch, and even a corkboard, which we haven't gotten in a long time. This might actually be the second one we have in the whole game. When The Sims 4 first came out, it did come with a corkboard, which is for actually hanging up the postcards that we can get from the postcard collection, which I keep forgetting exists, but that is pretty neat that we have another one of those now. I gotta say, I am surprised that a Plumbella collab ended up being something as bright as this. I was expecting the complete opposite if they were ever going to do a kit collab with their, Dark Academia Create a Sim, but yeah, that's quite an interesting theme, though I don't think this really appeals to me all that much personally. It could maybe make sense for a kid's bedroom once in a while, but most of the stuff I don't think I'll use all that much. Though I will say one other object I really like is the trash can, because it has some really interesting swatches. One of them's even the off-brand soda, and another is one of the drinks that you can get in the Snowy Escape expansion pack. It's pretty neat when they manage to sneak in little references like that, because it does kind of go with the whole continuity thing and make everything feel more connected. The two-tier desk, I think, is a pretty nice addition too, because we don't really have too many of those in the game yet either. I love the swatches on the computer, especially with the keyboard mat. There's some really cute designs like cows and some geometric patterns. Definitely something I would like to use quite a bit. It is interesting too how it's even though the theme is pastel, there's a lot of fairly neutral swatches too. In the end though, yeah, it's obviously meant to be a very vibrant and colorful kit. We do have quite a bit of modern, more neutral tones already, so I wouldn't say the theme is entirely unwelcome. Some of the swatches are pretty different too. I love it when I see an object and I think, okay, the rest of the swatches are probably going to be really similar to this one, but they end up just completely changing, especially the rugs here. Even that one that starts off like a graham cracker and changes into a couple of different shapes, including a candy. But that is basically it for the Pastel Pop Kit. Is it my favorite? No, not by a long shot. But I accept that it's not just simply my grudge against kits, but also that the theme is just not for me, but it may be for you, so I think a lot more people will like this kit more than I have, but yeah, I think this will have appeal to some people. I mean, that's partially the point of kits, to be very niche, so kits aren't going to appeal to everyone in the first place. A kit that does appeal to me is the other one we're going to go over in this video, Everyday Clutter. Even though I don't really like building structures, I do like decorating, and that even extends to other games, so when I saw they were finally going to make a clutter kit that Sony people have asked for, I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. And I think there is quite a bit of stuff that I am going to use on a frequent basis. It does seem to lean a little bit towards the sporty side, but for me personally that is okay because I have plenty of athletic sims. With this kit you get a mug that's solo, a mug that's actually a trio of mugs, a thermos, a notebook, a hat, a bunch of simoleons, a magazine stack, a memo pad, Trinketville, which sounds like the name of a world in a hobbies pack if that were to ever happen, which is a box, and also just some other boxes with stuff in them, a pair of glasses, a chess kit, a jewelry stand that looks very blurry without even having to get up close, a makeup kit, a gym in a box, as it's called, which is just a bunch of workout clutter, a slightly creative collection with some more artsy clutter, a wireless headset, a yoga mat clutter, a tray with some clutter in it, including the pair of glasses we saw earlier, an antique spare watch, a phone with some keys beside them, some wall storage, a trio of hanging bags, a display with a basketball and that cap we saw earlier on, some sea lion memories involving a fishing rod, and arrangement of paintings, which is probably one of my favorite items in this kit. An arrangement of table clutter with a pair of speakers on top, which some people told me reminds them of WALL-E, so I can't unsee that now, and neither can you! You're welcome! The last object in this kit, which I honestly almost forgot to show off because it only goes on tables, is a mirror, but it also functions like a light. And it actually does have both the mirror interactions and the options to tweak the lighting settings. But do not place this on a desk with a chair in front of it, because that's what I did first, and I got routing failures each and every time. So I guess this is meant to go more on side tables, like in this official screenshot where it's in front of the bed. I can also imagine this fitting pretty well on top of hallway tables, just on the side, so you can just check your look on the way out. In terms of the swatches, yeah, I guess they're pretty decent. Not much that really stands out to me, but it is meant to be an everyday clutter kit. It's not meant to be as themed as the Pastel Pop kit. While this clutter kit may not seem like much at first glance, I think this is one of the kits I'll use the most because while initially I wasn't really a huge fan of clutter in The Sims, like back in the days of the first couple of games, now I like it a lot more because I really appreciate how it helps a house feel more like a home. It feels more lived in, it can give more character to your Sims and their individual bedrooms as well. I think this is one I'll play around with quite a bit. And it is also worth noting there's 30 items in this kit, which is more than usual because we tend to get like low to mid 20s. I guess it's because all of these items, aside from the mirror and the stereo, are decor, so they likely had more budget to include more items in total. But I still say it would be nice if the average item count for kits did go up, not just like once or twice. For comparison's sake, the Pastel Pop kit only has 24 items. So that is basically my review of the Pastel Pop and Everyday Clutter kits. Sorry this video took so long to make because I was pretty busy recently, plus there were also the Sims 5 leaks that took priority, so and since these two kits came out at the same time, I felt obligated to include them both in one video instead of separating them out, so yeah, that didn't help either. Hopefully the next time they release a kit, it's just one. Speaking of releases, this is probably the last DLC we're getting for 2022 since they're being really tight-lipped about what to expect for the rest of this year. We didn't get a roadmap like usual, they just announced these two kits and brought them out pretty soon after. But I guess we could have ended on a worse note. At least it's not the decor to the Max kit. But anyways, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you think of these two kits, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!